Hello, welcome to another Spirit Island game. Today we're going to be playing Blaze Watch from the Trees versus France 4. Let's see how we do. I've actually had a lot of trouble with this matchup, so I'm hopeful. So already a little bit problematic because we're going to get a triangle trade in this land when it builds. So let's see if we can manage to deal with that. Ideally, I want to do a good counter attack against this. Can stop this build, that would be nice. So I think what I want to do is maneuver some Dahan in here, or even over here, so I can set them up for a good counter attack. Okay, so to do that, I think I'm going to take the third growth option, get an energy, and a minor power card. Defense is pretty good. If we can get the wilds out, that could be really good against France. Maybe renewing rain. That's the way to go here. Defend might be too strong though. I'll try encompassing ward. We'll pick it up. So where do we want this? I'm going to pop this here. Then mysterious abductions to take care of it, and I want to unlock this defense. So maybe, yeah, whispered guidance, I think, is the way forward here. Okay, one energy. Okay, so we've got one fear and two defense. Two defense in this land, because that means we can gather this Dahan there. One fear and then one damage in this sands, so it stops the build. Oh, and I forgot to no, I didn't. I thought I was playing against France 6, but I'm not. Okay, that's great. So let's build in the sands. We get a city here. Going to triangle trade in this coastal land here. Then we're going to explore in the wetlands, right? Okay, and take it from there. So let's gather. Get one fear for this. 3 Dahan. Here. This is going to be a bit problematic up here. I'll have to deal with it later, I think. Okay, time passes. Great. So now I need presence in that land. So I'm going to, again, take the third growth option, gain an energy, and get a minor card. Looking for some defensive cards. Confounding Mists. That will do it. Animated Rackroot is really good as well for that wilds. I think defense. I think we do defense. So let's pop a presence in there. Then we're going to do Boon so we can defend it. Maybe we play Eerie Noises because we know jungle or mountains are going to come up, so we can stop this build or this build from being a thing. So maybe, yeah, we play these. So that's going to be pay an energy, 8 defense in this land. Then we do have our innate again. It's going to be 1 fear. I think I'm going to use this to move some Dahan about. Ugh, they're all over here, aren't they? So I'm going to defend this land to get this Dahan over here. And then hope for the best. First event, stage 1. On each board with exactly 1 city, which is not us. In lands with disease or strife, we skip ravage actions. Okay. Choose a land with towns and Dahan. Push 1 town per 2 Dahan. I mean, I can choose this land, right? Because it is a land with Dahan and towns. And so we push 0 towns. Yeah, I mean, that's going to mess up our counterattack otherwise, and that seems to be something that we can do. So we'll just kind of ignore that. During the next explore, skip the lowest numbered land. Okay, that's pretty good for us. Right, Ravage in the Sands. 8 defense, 6 fight back. Lovely jubbly. Nothing there. We're going to build in the wetlands. Get rid of that there. Wonderful. And then what's this going to be? Jungles. Okay, and we actually skip this anyway. So we skip land 3. and we move into land 7. That's okay. That's okay. So for the slows, we've got 2 fear, and we can push some explorers. Explorers are what I'm really looking at here. I do want to counterattack this if we can, which I think we will be able to do this turn. Might have to let this blight, which I'm not super happy about. Tricky, tricky. Yeah, I do want to get rid of these towns. That's where we're kind of going to lose, aren't we? I could push these out actually and stop that build. That seems reasonable. If I pop these over here, or at least pop that there and that there, just in case we get coast for a triangle trade. That seems pretty good. We'll have a nice turn next turn. Yeah, it's pretty good. Got the fear, time passes, great. Now I want to try and prevent reclaiming. So just because I want to get as much presence out on the board as possible. So I will defend this land. This will probably have to go. So I'm going to get the third growth option, 1 energy, get a miner, and hope for some defense. That would do it, actually. Razor sharp undergrowth. That's probably just what we need right now. So let's pop this, I think, over here. We need something in the jungle here. Okay, and then we can only play 2 cards, so I think they're going to have to be these. Yeah, and I'll say why in a second. So we need the 4 defense in this land. And then we can gather that Dahan in there. Brilliant. That should be sorted. And I'm using this in a land that isn't blighted to destroy Dahan and exploring there, but there's nothing there. Add a wilds and defend 2. Because we've defended 2 there, we can actually save this Dahan and pull them out. Never thought I'd use that card with eyes, but there you go. Okay, here we go. What are we on? Stage 2. If the island is healthy, choose a land with buildings and ravage there. That's actually really good. We'll choose this land and ravage. 1 damage to Dahan. Dahan fight back. Great. Oof. Destroy 2 explorers among lands with beasts. Doesn't affect us. In each land with 3 or more Dahan, 2 damage and defend 2. Gets rid of that explorer there on the coast. Okay, I'm feeling confident. Quietly confident. Each player removes 1 explorer or town from land with beasts. Doesn't apply. Great, so now we're gonna ravage in the wetlands. That's defended nicely. We get a blight over here. Then we're gonna build in the jungle. Nothing happens. Happy days. And our first stage 2 is going to be in the wetlands. And oops, lost an explorer there. With an escalation, we either have to add a town in land 4 or a blight in land 8. I'm going to go for the town since our town count is relatively safe at the minute. And I think we can defend this land okay. Cool, no slows. I think finally we're going to reclaim. And gosh, we've got a lot of cards. I think I'm just going to go for miners. Miners all the way. We could skip. Don't really want too many builds. What's an issue here? So at the minute, we're going to get 1, 2, 3 towns, 4 towns probably. And that is an issue because we've only got 3 in the pot. So if this stage 2 card is jungle or sands, we lose the game. So we're going to have to get rid of an explorer or push them out or something. So we could Delusions of Danger. We've got anything else that we can push? In the fast, do some damage. No, not really. So I think it's going to have to be Delusions of Danger, and I have to play it this turn. I think I do that. Or Treacherous Waterways might be the slightly better pick. because it's 0 cost. Yeah, and we're going to pick it up. Okay, brilliant. So we're going to play this because we need to, I think. Don't need to focus on defense. And we don't have any targets really to pick off explorers with mysterious abductions. So we can start moving our Dahan around, I think. It's a pretty safe bet. And then play eerie noises as well to stop some builds down the line. Okay, right. Fast powers. Push one explorer in a land that's mountains or wetlands. So I'm going to push this explorer over here. Yeah. Great. We've got 1 fear and 2 defense. So where do you want to start moving some Dahan around? I don't suppose it matters really, does it? Probably here. Move this Dahan in there, I guess. Okay, let's do it. So, oh, this is actually the Slave Rebellion turn. Great. So we're going to add a strife to a town. We'll add it here. And then each invader with strife takes 1 damage per Dahan, which gets rid of that. And for each building destroyed by Dahan in this way, we add a Dahan. So that's really nice. We're going to add that back to the deck. Okay, what are we on? Fear level, terror level 1. Ooh, invaders explore at +1 distance. That's okay. On each board, choose a land with disease, 2 damage to invaders and 2 damage to Dahan. That's awesome. Gets rid of a town. Love it. 1 fear per land where, excuse me, just had a little cough there. 1 fear per land with invaders where they outnumber buildings. So that's definitely land 4. Okay, fear card. Each player adds a strife in a land not matching a ravish card. Let's add some strife over here because we might actually start, we could actually defend this next turn. Okay, great. So ravage in the jungle. We're going to build in the wetlands. We're going to build a town here, replace this explorer with another town. Then we're going to escalate into the sands. Ooh, this is what we were worried about. So we have to add a town. I think I'm going to have to add a town in the sands, but that's okay. We've got 1 left. Okay, slow powers. Right. So we can move stuff around. I would love to get rid of some of these towns here. So I think I'm going to gather up to 3 in here. And that's 1 fear because invaders are present. And hopefully shuffle them along into this land next turn. Then we've got 2 fear. And we can push up to 2 explorers or towns. So I don't want any more towns on the board. Let's just push them into this disease land because hopefully they'll be safe there. And that's it. Okay. So at the minute, we're looking at 2 towns on the board. We need to get rid of at least 1 town this turn. So we're definitely going to defend this. I think we're a little bit starved for energy. So I think I'm going to go get the 2 energy here. And 3 card plays. That's not too bad, is it? And where do I want this? Probably in here. Yeah, we'll pop 1 in there and then 1 in here. Make a sacred site there. Okay, so 3 card plays. Let's do it. This one. It's a land without blight. Not so worried about that, actually. We could stop a town from building by getting rid of an explorer. We've got 1 more. Yeah, I think I want to play these cards. And although I can't afford to pay 1 energy for that 8 defense, I think it's worth it because it allows us to move more Dahan. So I'm going to just use the base effect here to get 4 defense in this land, which allows me to pull a Dahan. Then 1 fear, 1 damage in this sands. Get rid of an explorer. Then 4 defense in this land. So we can gather another explorer. And then finally, we've got RN8. which is another 2 defense. So that's 10. And allows us to shift that to Han in there as well. So they're primed and ready to go. Okay, let's do it. Terror level 2, Healthy Island. Destroy 2 of your presence and gain a power card. Or forget a power card, gain 2 energy and move some presence. I think I'm going to just forget a power card, to be honest. Oh, I didn't defend this. Rats. I've actually committed now. I've got new information, so I'm not going to change that. So with that in mind, I think I want the energy. So I'm going to forget Razor Sharp Undergrowth to get 2 energy. Sure. And we can move some stuff. What do we want to move? We've got presence there. That's great. We can move this presence here, I guess. But we've got everything within a sacred site, so that's okay. Anyway, ignore disease. 1 fear per board with disease. Okay. And when invaders ravage, if the land has the Han, defend 2. So we were saved anyway. That's brilliant. Great. And then we've got fear cards to go as well. Remove 1 explorer or town from a land with Dahan, Wilds, or Badlands. Yeah, let's get rid of that town there. Okay. Each player adds a strife in a land with presence. Each spirit gains 1 energy per sacred site they have with invaders. So no energy, but 1 strife in a land with presence is pretty huge. I think I'll add it. When's this? Oh, it's not even coming up very soon. I'll pop a strife here in this city, I guess. Okay, so Ravage in the Wetlands. 1 damage to Dahan. Dahan fight back. This is plenty of defense for this. 6 damage. I think I might get rid of this city here. It's not going to get rid of these towns, but I think that's okay at the minute. So that's going to be 3, 5, 6. Get rid of that explorer there. Okay. Then we're going to build in the sands. Gets another city. And then escalate into the jungle. That wild stops that, which is quite nice. But we're going to have to put a town somewhere. And there's not many Dahan over here to fight back. So I think I'm actually going to pop it there. Because then at least I can move some Dahan in there next turn. Okay. Time passes. I think we're in a good spot to reclaim now. Got a decent amount of energy. So let's take a peek at some majors. Oh my gosh. The trees speak of war. Well, we've done a lot of watching as I think this is a really good card for us. For each Dahan, deal 1 damage and defend 2. I mean, if we can just get Dahan in lands, we're just gonna be laughing. So let's pick that up. And I'm going to forget Encompassing Ward there because it's not really done much. So, gosh, we can defend this land. I just want to get rid of this city, actually, because we're approaching Terror level 3. And if we can just control the cities, we should be able to win. So we'll do a counter attack here. There's going to be a city that pops up there, which isn't great. So we're going to get 2 towns, 3 towns probably next turn, but we can take that. And then after that, I think it's the slave. No, it's not even the slave rebellion. Oh my gosh. I think that's the turn after, isn't it? Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. So we just got to survive until then, basically. So we can defend this land. I do want to kind of clear it up. We'll use Mysterious Abductions. That seems pretty good. And let's see, it could be coasts or mountains. That comes up next. Coasts or mountains as I sort of move around on my squeaky chair. If it's coast, we're going to have 2 explorers here, which we could push out with eerie noises. I want some Dahan over here. It's really awkward, this board, isn't it, for maneuvering Dahan? So perhaps we just play... Yeah, maybe we just do play this. Oh, no, let's do gather. Let's gather some Dahan so we can better move them about. I think that's really important. So 1 fear, 1 damage. Let's get rid of an explorer here to stop a town build. Pay an energy for 8 defense here. Gets an explorer in, gets a Dahan in there. Then we've got our innate, that's 1 fear. And then we can defend an extra 4 in there and gather a Dahan. Yeah, okay, that'll do. Right. Add 1 city to a coastal land with cities. Well, we were trying to deal with cities, and it's not gone too well. Add 1 disease to a coastal land with the most stuff, and then 3 damage to Dahan. That's okay. Don't mind that. Each spirit may push 1 of their presence from a land with Dahan. 2 damage in the land pushed to. Ooh. That's really nice, actually. That's really nice. Because we can clear this land now. Or we could stop a city build. That's probably better. So I'm going to push this presence into here and deal 1, 2 damage. Okay, cool. Seems good. Seems good. So each player adds a strife to a town. Gosh, more strife going on. That's great. Let's add a strife into here, I suppose. Each player removes an explorer or town from a land with beast, disease, or at least 2 Dahan. And I'm definitely looking at towns. Let's... Oof. I think it has to be this one. Gets rid of that town. Awesome. Great. I'm just making note that invaders have -1 health per strife. Okay, cool. So, Ravage in the Sands. Plenty of defense. That's 4 damage back from Dahan. Build in the jungle. That's just 1 town. That's lovely. And then we're going to explore on the coast. Yep. 1 there and 1 there. Okay. Right, let's see. That should go down there. If we can manage this. So, going to Ravage in the jungle. We might have to let this go. But this is quite a problem area, isn't it? Because it's going to Ravage, then Ravage again because it's coastal. But we can start moving some Dahan around. I think we just need to get rid of... Keep 1 Dahan in there and hope this slave rebellion sorts that out. But then I think we need to get some Dahan to the coast. So gather up to 3. 1, 2, 3. Get a fear on there because that's invaders. And that's it. Time passes. So unfortunately, we've got Tree Speak, but we haven't got a good target yet. I suppose we could have instead moved these in there. Which could work instead. Next turn, I think maybe that could be good. But no, it's okay. I think it's okay. So in terms of growth options this turn, that's going to be 5. We play all of these. At least we get a defense. But do we need to? I don't mind underplaying. So let's get the 3rd growth option. Let's just be a bit safe. Grab a minor. And there's a defend. That's perfect. Let's do that. And for this, we're going to pop this maybe in here. Spread out a bit. Okay, cool. Right, so we've got this Ravage to deal with. I'd love to get at least 2 Dahan in there, which we definitely can do. Maybe this, we should save Tree Speak for the next turn. Gosh. Do some management on the board. when there are plenty of explorers in stage 3. Do we need to push anything right now? Not really. We do have a defense there. That might be all we need this turn. And we could play this to start moving some Dahan as well. Okay, let's try it. Right, so 1 fear and terror level 3, that's great. And that's we've got 2 defense in this land. Then we'll get another 4. Get another Dahan in there. We've got another 6, but where do we want this Dahan? I think in here. There's already strife in here, so I want at least 2 Dahan in this land. So, yeah, 6 defense in this land. And then we can gather this Dahan in there and hope they don't die. Right, let's see how it goes. Oh no. Right, we're healthy. The next Explore matches all lands without buildings. Okay. And here we go, Grim Toll. Choose a land with disease, 2 damage to invaders and 2 damage to Dahan. Unfortunate. Okay, let's get rid of some explorers. Each spirit with at least 2 Dahan reclaims a power card or gains a forgotten unique power. So let's get this up. Let's get Boone back, and that's it. Remove 2 explorers or 1 town from each land with Dahan. Then remove 1 city from each land with at least 2 Dahan. Gosh, what on earth? Okay, so 2 explorers from here. Amazing. Any land with Dahan. Well, this gets rid of this town. But do I want to? I have to. Okay. And here as well. Good job we spread out. And then 2 explorers from here. Gosh. That was pretty brutal. So we're going to ravage in the jungle. Gets rid of that town. We're going to build on the coast. Disease is there. And then this matches all lands without buildings instead. So, oh no, it's going to be there, 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 and there. Oof, oof, oof. Don't explore into land 6 or 8, which is really nice. Okay. Right, but next time we do have the Slave Rebellion, so I do definitely need 2 Dahan in this land. That's all we need. 2 fear. It doesn't really matter where we push stuff, because we should win in the event phase. So let's just push these out of there. Time passes, and sure, let's use the second growth option, and then we just play these 3 cards, right? That should do it. And we'll pop a sacred site there. And yeah, let's just fortify the coast. Cool. Pay 2 for these, and we're going to get 4 defense in this land. And we're going to gather this Dahan there. Tree Speak for each Dahan, 1 damage and defend 2. So we'll get rid of an explorer, defend 6, and then we can gather another Dahan there because we defended. And then Mountains Water, we can add a wilds. Sure. Cool. And then this should solve our problems. So, stage 3. On each board, destroy a town. Easy enough. Okay. Add strife to any 2 buildings. We're going to add a strife to this city and this city. Then each invader takes 1 damage per strife. So that's 2 damage there and 1 damage there. Then aid the uprising. Invaders with strife take 1 damage per Dahan present. So that's 2 damage here, and then 2 damage here, and then we win. And lots of Dahan in that land as well because we destroyed buildings. Cool. Well, that was more fun than I expected it to be because I've struggled a lot with this adversary and this spirit. I think what's really helping me is taking this third growth option a bit earlier, because usually I'd kind of rush down the track using the second growth option, but actually getting all of these minor cards have been really good. So yeah, that was a solid win with eyes. Fun game. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.